Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another video here on TGC Wrestling. It's still the TGC Summer Anniversary Series, and for this episode, it's going to be another original universe reactions, but I'm going to do it like the last one, which wasn't really reacting very much. But, in saying that, I don't have much else to do for an intro, so we'll jump right in. On the last one, we looked at the June Week 2 episode of SmackDown, so now we're looking at the second episode of Saturday Night's Main Event, which is also, of course, in the second week of June. And the things right away that I took note of when I watched the episode back was right away, I said that there would be a Curtis Axel TV title open challenge from this point going forward. So basically, every time he showed up, he would defend the belt in an open challenge. And kind of, we'll talk about that in a little bit, but that was the idea and announced that on this show. I also immediately announced that Tyson and I were removed as GMs, and the GMs of all three shows would be revealed in the coming weeks. And the reason why this really happened is honestly just because it was at a time where all I wanted to do was record Universe, and this is when it first started to get harder to communicate with Tyson and get him to book his shows. So that was the real IRL reason for that happening. But I framed it as us, I basically framed it in kayfabe as us losing our jobs and being replaced. And honestly, again, like a lot of things, I don't think it's a terrible way to do it. I at least had an idea of, okay, so like, let's try and make this connect to the series in a proper way. It just was executed poorly. So, I don't know. But I announced both of those things right away. And then we start running through the match card, and it opens up with Caitlyn Rain versus Naomi, a tag match between Alex Rain and Dolph Ziggler versus Tyler Breeze and Damien Mizdow. And these two are very weird because Breeze and Mizdow, so Miz and Mizdow were a team in the series, and Breeze just gets randomly thrown in here for no apparent reason. I mean, technically speaking, he was added to the team during the shitty invasion story, but we pretend like that doesn't exist because it shouldn't exist. So I don't know, he's basically just thrown in here for no apparent reason, and honestly, again, the IRL reason there is because I was watching Brendan Plays at the time, and he had Miz and Breeze as a team together, and that's literally where I got the name The A-Listers from, is from Brendan. I jacked that shit. So, yeah. So Breeze just gets added to Miz and Mizdow here. And then Dolph just gets randomly added to the Dangerous Alliance, which was Alex and T-Ice, for, again, no apparent reason. I give something in the video itself going through the match card, but, you know, I don't know, take that with a grain of salt, I guess. But, the reason I give is that, Alex debuted against Dolph, he beat Dolph, but, he still has a lot of respect for Dolph, so as T-Ice is the U.S. champion focusing on a singles career, he wanted to, he was, trying to get Dolph to, come join our faction, or join our team, make us a faction, and we can do great things, stuff like that, not exactly in those words, but that was kind of the idea, he likes Dolph, has respect for him after debuting against him, and wants to team up with him, especially because his normal tag partner isn't available. But on top of that, during the first month, obviously, Alex and T-Ice, and then myself, unfortunately, and Adam Daniels, they were all aligned, because, they were all, our own creations. Yeah, me and Tyson, they were all our own creations, our own OCs, minus myself, who was just literally me, and I hate that I did that, but different conversation, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So, we were all aligned as CAWs in the series, and then that alignment just kind of goes away with no explanation. So that's also weird. But nonetheless, that was a tag match for this episode of Main Event. Then we have a 6-man tag between Chris Jericho, Sami Zayn, and Mark Henry versus Big Show, Undertaker, and Kane, which was also a Money in the Bank qualifier, where I also revealed on this episode that, oh, guess what? Randy Orton's not leaving SmackDown because he's in SmackDown's Money in the Bank ladder match. So again, I make a big point of saying, Randy's got to leave SmackDown, and then he just never leaves SmackDown. So, yeah. And then we finish off the episode with our first ever TV title match. Curtis Axel, one day after winning it, is immediately defending it. And again, he said, or I said for him, I guess, he's going to be doing open challenges. And then this is technically an open challenge, but I already tell you in the episode right away, he's facing Fandango. So that's not much of an open challenge, but whatever. I would do that all the time. I would say he's holding open challenges, but then I would tell you who is going for it, which is something that, like, as I got better with all of this stuff, like, I wouldn't just tell you who is answering it, obviously. But here, I wasn't very good at it, so yeah, every time there's an open challenge, you'll know immediately who it is. But that was the match card, the 4 matches on Main Event. I showed 2 matches, and that was the opener in the Main Event, the women's match, and the TV title match. And Caitlyn, Rain, and Naomi was fine. It was a nice little back and forth match where Caitlyn ended up, or Naomi countered a move into a very nice Hurricane Rana, got a near fall before Caitlyn was able to counter that near fall into counter that pin into a pin of her own, and then she got the win that way. And then the main event was also another fine little back and forth match, and Fandango wins the TV title, cutting Curtis's title reign off at 1 day. So, yeah. And then the middle 2 matches here I want to talk about last, because this was at a time where the series was starting to be affected by, like, corrupted video footage because of me recording with my phone. And this is, I think, the first episode that was ever affected by that. So I had issues there, and so, you know what, and I literally say it in the video, you know what, I was just really tired, so I cut it there, and I'll fix it the following day, and I did. But when I came back to the game, the other 3 matches weren't saved. Luckily, I had the corrupted footage during Axel and Fandango, so that match never finished. But the tag matches did finish, and the results didn't save. So no, it probably wasn't corrupted footage in this episode. It was probably, I had like a really cheap phone that didn't have a lot of storage space, so I ran out of space probably. Because I still have the footage shown of everything else. So you see the results of the 2 tag matches, but then I re-simulate them and get the exact opposite result. Even down to the game saying, like, who won and who lost on those specific teams. Exact opposite results. So, yeah. And then, like, I just roll with it, and all of it made the episode. Nothing was cut out. You saw what happened the first time, and then what happened again, and, like, it was just a mess. And then after what I said at the start of the video, booked a rematch, and a tag rematch for Alex and Dolph and Breeze and Mizdow, and a triple threat for the next SmackDown. The first tag rematch would be on the tag rematch would be on Raw, and then there'll be a triple threat between Jericho, Sami, and Henry, who won the 6-man tag originally, but then when we re-simulated, it was Big Show, Taker, and Kane who won. So yeah, so I booked 2 matches despite what I said at the beginning of the thing. Yeah, and all of that, I just kind of, like, I rolled with it all, and it was just a mess, honestly, that's it. Like, it was just a mess all in all, and just super weird. But I can confirm I didn't just say that. Those things did actually happen. Though the triple threat between Jericho, Sammy, and Henry, we again wouldn't actually see, and I'll explain that in the next episode where I'll be talking about everything else from the next Raw through to the last main event before Money in the Bank, because there's a whole lot of bullshit here to go through it, and yeah, I don't want to bog this one down with it, but yeah, I'll talk about in the next one for sure. But nonetheless, that's really it for this one. Like, I don't have much else to say. Like, the episode was fine. Like, you know, I like that. Like, I like that we ended up booking, because the title of this episode, by the way, was not a co-op series anymore, and this was actually the final episode that would have any sort of booking from Tyson. And I like that, you know, Caitlyn, Rain, and Naomi had a match. I like that the women had a match on main event, giving them an even more thing, like even more time. That's what I'm trying to say. You know, we didn't do a lot of like tag stuff we didn't really do a lot of tag stuff, so having 2 tag matches here I think are fine. And then TV title match is cool. Like, the card itself I think is totally fine. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff here that just is very weird, and like, definitely you wouldn't see this now the way it played out if I was doing it now. So yeah. But like I said, there's not really much else for me to like talk about here. So that was what happened on that episode of Saturday Night's Main Event for June week 2, and until next time, I'll see you later. Bye guys.